Today I'm going to make an infinity sign. We'll call it infinity. Somebody on one of the groups, can't remember which one, was asking about how one might go about making one of these. Said somebody in their family, I believe it was, wanted one. So I thought I'd take time today and just see what I could do. This is a piece of, started out a piece of 12-inch long garage door spring. I started out trying to do it with a piece of 3/16 inch that was about 6 inches long. Failed miserably, mostly because of the forge weld. It's a little bit too cold out here to forge weld that small of stuff, but this 1/4 inch rod welded up real nice, and I think we have a project, so stay tuned and we'll go through making that. Well, with a little experimentation here, I have found out that 6 inches of 3/16 inch is not big enough. Now I'm going to move on up to 1/4 inch, and I believe, number one, this is just, in this cold weather, I'm having a hard time getting that welded up, being so small. See if you can see what I can see. I got a little piece of it joined together there, but not very much. It was enough though that I could do a little hammering on it, a little twisting, see what I needed. So let's jump up to twice as much 1/4 inch and see what happens. Back over here where you can see. Once again, I've pre-warmed my little anvil. This is garage door spring. It's going to react a little bit different than that mild steel. I'm trying to get it to forge weld. It is up to welding temperature. I'm not going to get it too much hotter, but to soak through real good. I want the heat to soak through the whole thing real good. I can see it crawling, so let's give it a shot here. I think that is stuck together. We'll come out here and work that over the horn a little bit. See if we can't shape it at welding heat. I do believe we have welded. Get a brush out here. Can see a little bit of the seam there, but I believe it's welded up. So. See what we can do about shaping it now. Well, it certainly looks like an infinity sign, and the weld didn't pop loose. So let's see about forging that a little bit. Need to take that section that welded there, shrink it down a little bit. There we go. I haven't talked a lot during this little escapade here, but really it's been mostly just shaping anyway. As I said a while ago, it's a lot easier to get these shaped real close to what you want. It is, as it is with anything, get it shaped real close and then forge. I've tried to put a little bit of a ridge in that just to give it a little character. Like I said earlier, this is a 12-inch long piece of garage door spring, forge welded together somewhere in here. One thing I wanted to do with this whole thing was use my smallest hammer. That ball peen hammer right there is the smallest hammer I've got, just to help dispel some of the thoughts that you have to have a 4 or 5 pound hammer to forge. You don't need that. Now, this hammer here is one I made. It's the only hammer I've made. I've quit using it because a little bit of split has started to form in the cross peen there. And this hammer here was all I used for quite a while, mostly because I made it. but I was able to do a lot of forging. And in that piece right there, now I would have liked to used my rounding hammer around this edge and around the inside of it there to make that ridge, but I wanted to do it all with that little bitty ball peen just to show that it could be done. That's today's project. I'm going to call it done. I'm going to call it Infinity, because that's what it is. It's a nice snowy day here in central Indiana. Yesterday we got about 8 inches of snow. Right before that snow, I got a good load of firewood over here on my trailer. That ought to get me by for a while. Got a little bit right there. Just a little bit more on the size of the hammer. To me, doesn't matter. This is my favorite hammer. This hammer came from Jack Pine Forge. Nathan Robertson made that hammer. I bought that at Abana in Delaware in 2014. That is a 1 3/4 pound rounding hammer. That's my favorite hammer. That hammer has moved a lot of steel. It needs to be dressed a little bit, but it still serves me just fine.